Hey guys, new video, little update, this time maybe not so little, on the discus tank. And as you can already see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe 12, maybe another one here. Yes, we do have some new discus. So, as the last time, it was 2020 I guess, these discus are wild discus coming from Santarém Discus. This is an exporter-importer located firstly in Brazil, in Santarém, and since 1 year or 2 years, something like that, he established himself in Portugal, in a second building, fish room, quarantine location, and maybe the idea is also, in fact, in Brazil he was selling to professional pet shop and so on, and with a Portugal building he started to sell directly in Europe and also international, but nicely accessible for us here in Germany start to be such kind of fish. So the game, of course, and by the way, before that anybody is writing some comments and so on, this is not the decor, the decoration is temporary, okay? It's just some plastic boxes, as you can see. And in fact, when you have such big tank with so many fishes, especially wild specimen, it's always better for the fish to get some place to hide, for example during the night, and also if you have some aggressive behavior and so on, it's really nice for fish a bit bothered by the other dominant one to get some place to get away from the dominant. So this is why you have such two black box, you don't have anything on the ground. This is the next step. Don't start to say it doesn't look like good. Yes, it's nearly an empty breeding or a growing tank or a quarantine tank if you want. It's not at all the finished aquarium. You can be sure of that. So let's try. First, I show you how you receive some Santarém fish. In fact, they arrived in this box since they are sent from Portugal. They fly overnight. They spend just less than 1 day in this box. Typically, they have been sent on 5 p.m. on 1 day, and the other day at 11 I receive the fish. So you see, it's extremely fast. Santarém, Victor from Santarém is doing on purpose, sending the fish just Monday until Thursday, in order for, let's say, Monday until Wednesday, sorry guys, in order for the fish to get a security of 48 hours and to be found again. I say, but you get the point. Is not sending the fish on Friday, for example. If there is any problem and issue, it doesn't want the fish to stay more than 48 hours. And typically, since I'm not here in the, of course, support team or in his team, but what he's telling us, this is he never had any issue regarding the transportation of his fish. So you have all the information here. Keep warm, of course, but sending fish during the summer, it's also it's a light summer that we have, so it was ideal temperature. We had something like 20 on average, and I receive the fish in the box at a very good temperature, and you will see why. So it's 4 new fish that we receive, and he put 4 fish per box, transport box, like this one. Inside you have such isolation polystyrene box. Here you have the heater. I was wondering if it's still warm, but when I received it, it was warm, of course. And inside you have some isolation funky paper like this one, maybe a little bit aluminium, I don't know. The fact is, when I receive the fish, I focus a little bit on testing the water and some parameter, for example, temperature, and I found out that it was 26 degrees. 26 degrees, it's quite incredible, it's ideal, I would say. You have the 4 bags inside one big bag that I still have here. I still have here because if you have a look, you see that there is quite a lot of water in this big bag, because even if each fish has one bag, paper, double bag, they reach each time you have 1 or 2 bags with a hole because of the spines on the dorsal, for example. It's not complicated for them, in fact, to go through all the bags, and this guy and this paper are the last barrier to keep the water inside the box. So I would say I will show you some picture for the next video, sorry, because of course I forgot to prepare this picture for you this time. I got the bag with enough water for each fish is not the problem, but I would say there's not so much air or oxygen or atmosphere in the bags, because in fact that it has been with some holes and the air just has been pushed away of each bag. So I had no issue with any of my fish, and this time I received 4 fish. The time before, in 2020, I received as well 4 fish. In total of 8 fish, I never had any issue in receiving the fish this way. Nevertheless, last time I suggested Victor maybe to use some bubble plastic between the inside bag and some external bag. You would agree that it will help to minimize the risk that there is a spin going through all the layers and so on. This time I can see that it changed a little bit the preparation with some paper and so on. It's getting a little bit better, but it's still not perfect to my mind. But I'm not at all a professional in this in this business, of course. What important is the temperature, and this is a great maintenance of the temperature. 26, it's good, I would say. You have a very good isolation, many layer. You have a heat pack, still warm when you receive it, and you are during transportation during the summer, so you put all the chance that your fish don't have any issue with the temperature. Of course, after that, talking about the water quality, such kind of big guys, because it's 15-16 centimeter, so we haven't checked yet what are the new fishes, but you will see it's not some baby fish, and it's already some quite adult fish. And in such a little bag, even if you stop to feed them before, many days before to send the fish, they will stay. Of course, the metabolism is not slowing down, and they generate some pollution of the water. So something that you can smell. It's not necessarily something that I could test, because I've done quick test. I don't have a drop test for ammonia. It's a pity, because I would like to test this. I just have the little paper test, and I checked that everything was fine. No nitrate, for example. Ammonia, nothing, and I was surprised, because it's something that you can smell, I would say. After that, the general hardness is a bit higher compared to my one. In fact, it comes from the fact that the water of the complete system in Portugal is tap water directly. There's no osmosis water in his system, so I invite you to check a video of Santarém Discus Plus installation in Portugal, and I'm sure that you will find some YouTube video introducing the setup. And he has a nice big center filtration. It's a total of 25,000 liter or cubic meter of water in the system, and he has between, let's say, 1,000 up to maybe 2,000 fishes, all wild currently, even if he's starting to breed. And next year, this is his plan, to sell some F1 directly online. And I can understand I will show you, for example, I have some F1. You will see why F1 is quite interesting, other than it is regarding parasite, for example, a very nice advantage. So we do have here a wild, one of the previous one. It's a very dynamic one, but you see he's thin. He's not eating so well compared to the other one. This is a F1 typically coming from Munich, and when you breed the F1, when you deal and feed the F1, since they are little fishes, they are eating quite actively anything that you put in the water. So at the end, I don't know, you see the head, it's a very big head compared to these two wild one, F0, that are eating just the frozen food, and this one and this guy, for example, are eating quite everything. So here you have F1, it's supposed to be a wild, old one, and this is one of the new wild. So if I put away the airflow, I'm already quite surprised, you as well, about the coloration. So it's a pale, I would say. I get access to, I selected a pack of 5 red wild discus from Santarém, and even if it's a red one, it's until now a very light red one. So okay, it's no hesitation, it's red, but I'm quite motivated or expecting this guy to turn very, very nice. We will see. This one is also one of the new wild. So I will see with my hand, you see, still a bit scared, but not so much. They are all here in this angle, clearly. And this guy is F1, for example. And after that, on the other side, we do have one of the new wild, quite dominant, I would say. This is the guy here, pushing all the other guy in this corner. So here we have a new wild. This is the more red of all the 4, and not scared at all. And this is another one. You will tell me, yeah, he is red as well. Yeah, but this one is really like a grilled steak, I would say, very dark red, as you can see. And this one is slightly little lighter, but he has some nice pigment of blue a bit on the side everywhere. Nothing with royal, huh? It's a really red one, but not at plain as this one, for example. So you will tell me, hey guys, you put all the wild fish with your fish tank directly without quarantine. Yes, you're right, it's not necessarily a good idea. But keep in mind, this wild already did a quarantine in Brazil and another 1 month long of second quarantine in Portugal. Meaning that I can put the wild here and I can let them month here. That won't change anything. They may develop because of the stress of the transportation something, but they already did a transport once. You see what I mean? The issue that we may encounter, like the last time here, this is when the fish are in contact of each other. When the fish, the wild one, for example, enter in the system where there are some other fish coming from some breeder here and so on. So they can bring some new bacteria or parasite or whatever, and the contrary is true as well. Some fish already established here in this tank can bring some new germs for immune system who doesn't know this kind of pathogens. So this is when you mixed that you will have some issue, and I wouldn't be surprised that one more time I will have some issue. This time I have some medicine, the one used already by Santarém, and also I do have some possibility to treat the fishes like the last time. I still have this medicine. So I hope just that with some good water change, a little bit salt in the water, and a good quality aeration is very important. In the sump, the moving bed is a full aeration based. I have AIM Air 1000 this time, pushing the air here and here, but I may add directly airstone in the main tank as well to improve one more time the aeration. And you see, this is very important. You have the skimmer taking everything, cleaning the surface, and you have this maximizing the gas exchange that we have at the surface. So aeration, important. Raising the temperature can help as well. So, crossing finger, we will see in the next week. The food as well could help. You can give some specific medicine directly in the food, of course, for internal parasites. But Santarém Discus Plus with this fish made already month long quarantine. So I'm hoping and trusting all the process, and we will see in the next day how it will go on. So just to remind you, this one is new. Over there you have this guy new and the little light one here. So that's all for the days. New fish from Santarém Discus. If you are interested, feel free to ask more info. For example, I will try to put a link in the description to Santarém Discus Plus, and you will be able also to see the specific pack of red wild that I selected and that you can enjoy with me tonight. Hope everything is going fine. Sorry guys for the voice, a little bit not so clear as usual. And yeah, I tried one more time to do a quick video, failed one more time. Let's see the next time. Ciao guys.